should ensure that nothing untoward happens. And the electorates are expected to conduct themselves in a peaceful manner in order to ensure the success of this election. And in case you see anything that is suspicious in your environment, especially around the polling units, the police authorities have given out their numbers that you can, so that you can call and promptly inform them, so that they will be able to take necessary action in order to forestall any likelihood of disturbance during the process of election.
Yes. Fún àwọn ká sọ èdè tiwa fún àwọn tí wọn ò ní àǹfààní láti gbọ́ èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì gẹ́gẹ́ bí gbogbo wa ṣe mọ̀ nílé lóko lódò wípé mi ì tẹ̀rù pé nìkankan tiẹ̀ lè wà lódò kankan mọ́ báyìí òótọ́ nítorí gbogbo wa máa wà ní ibi ìdìbò ní báyìí a mọ̀ pé èní jẹ́ ọjọ́ ọ̀tọ̀ àrà ọ̀tọ̀ tí ọjọ́ tá yà sọ́tọ̀ fún láti dìbò láti yan àwọn olórí wa ní ti ààrẹ ni àti ti ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin l'Àbújá tó yẹ pé wọ́n tún máa tukọ̀ ìṣèjọba fún ọdún mẹ́rin míì ìyẹn ni à ń ṣe léèní bí gbogbo wa ṣe mọ̀ àti wípé a tún wá wò wípé kí oníkálukú ẹni tó bá jẹ́ wípé ó kóṣùwọ̀n láti díje láti tẹ̀ ẹ̀ka láti dìbò lénìí kí wọ́n jáde ní wọ́ọ́rọ́wọ́ kí wọ́n lọ tẹ̀ ẹ̀ka kí wọ́n dẹ̀ tó rọra padà sílé wọ́ọ́rọ́wọ́ nítorí kíni àjọ elétò ìdìbò ti fi dá wa lójú wípé ìbò ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan yóò nípa lórí ìtàbáṣe lénìí ìjọba àpapọ̀ gan fún ara wọn wọ́n fi dá wa lójú wípé ká má mìkàn wípé ìbò wa máa ìbò gbogbo wa pátápátá gbogbo ẹ̀ ni ló máa fìdí múlẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ ìní even ààrẹ
kó tó di pé àtẹ̀síwájú àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n wà nílé wọ́n ní àǹfààní láti pè wá tán bá fẹ́ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ bóyá wọ́n ní nǹkan kan láti sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa ní ilé. Nọ́mbà tí wọ́n lè pè sí nọ́mbà tí wọ́n lè pè sí 09139231314 09139231314.
Bákan náà ẹ jẹ́ ká mú báyìí bí mo máa ń rọrùn fáwọn èèyàn wa báyìí 0913 92 31 again àti 4 0913 92 31 àti 4 a dẹ̀ tún lè pè sórí 080 69 57 37 92 080 69 57 37 92. We will be expecting your calls. We want you to update us about what is going on around your vicinity, your area, or your polling unit. We will be expecting your calls for us to tell others what is going on around us, most especially in Osun State. A máa retí ìpè yín bẹ́ ṣe ń pe àwọn nọ́mbà yìí kí ẹ lè jẹ́ ká mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lágbègbè yín àti níbi tí ẹ ti ń dìbò láti sọ fún àwọn aráalé nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun.
Oluchi. Hello.
Bí pépè yẹn ti já.
Ìpè yẹn já ni. Kódà.
A máa retí àwọn ìpè.
A máa retí àwọn ìpè.
Àwọn aráalé náà à ń retí ìpè wọn.
my people, as we don dey ready for this election, abeg na beg we dey beg una.
No amount wey dem give una go fit solve any palava, and anything you collect no go fit make things better.
Na only thing wey go make things better na to vote wisely. No sell your future, no sell your right. This message na from Osbc.
etí yín mélòó gbogbo ọ̀dọ́ ìdìbò tún wọlé dé o ẹ mọ̀ jáwọn olóṣèlú fi yín dá lúrú ẹ mọ̀ ṣe jàǹdùkú fáwọn olóṣèlú àwọn tí ń fi ọ̀dọ́ dà lúrú ọmọ wọn dà láàrin yín ẹ rántí pé ọmọ ọlọ́mọ là ránṣẹ́ dé tòrutòru ẹ mọ̀ jẹun bọ̀ láyín jẹ fún yín.
Voting in an election is your civic responsibility. Vote your choice. Vote your conscience. Do not sell your vote.
Hello my people, as we don dey ready for this election, abeg na beg we dey beg una.
No amount wey dem give una go fit solve any palava, and anything you collect no go fit make things better.
Na only thing wey go make things better na to vote wisely. No sell your future, no sell your right. This message na from Osbc.
etí yín mélòó gbogbo ọ̀dọ́ ìdìbò tún wọlé dé o ẹ mọ̀ jáwọn olóṣèlú fi yín dá lúrú ẹ mọ̀ ṣe jàǹdùkú fáwọn olóṣèlú àwọn tí ń fi ọ̀dọ́ dà lúrú ọmọ wọn dà láàrin yín ẹ rántí pé ọmọ ọlọ́mọ là ránṣẹ́ dé tòrutòru ẹ mọ̀ jẹun bọ̀ láyín jẹ fún yín.
Voting in an election is your civic responsibility. Vote your choice. Vote your conscience. Do not sell your vote.
Hello my people, as we don dey ready for this election, abeg na beg we dey beg una.
No amount wey dem give una go fit solve any palava, and anything you collect no go fit make things better.
Na only thing wey go make things better na to vote wisely. No sell your future, no sell your right. This message na from Osbc.
Now,
I'm presently in Ibukun, headquarters of Ibukun local government area of Osbc State.
and what is the situation there?
The situation is calm in Ibukun.
Okay,
I've been to 3 different polling units.
okay,
Ward 1, Unit 1, at the city center in Ibukun.
Okay.
The shopping center. I've been to Ward 1, Unit 2, NUD Primary School, Amulet area in Ibukun.
okay,
And I've been to St. Peter's Primary School. Also inform to you that electoral officials, they arrive on time
okay,
to set machinery in motion for the commencement of the 2023 general elections.
good,
They on arrival, they pasted register of eligible voters on the walls for them to cross-check their names if they will be eligible to vote in those units.
okay,
And they set the voting area apart from other areas where the election will take place.
okay,
And I was able to speak with one of the monitors, NYC monitors, who is moving around to monitor the conduct of adult staff, most especially the NYC members,
okay,
for the conduct of the election.
okay,
And he told me that they have been informed that they should play by the rules.
all right,
They should not go beyond as major stakeholders in the conduct of today's election.
okay,
They should ensure that their conduct is in line with the laid down rules and regulations.
All right.
And after the pasting of the register on the walls, I can see many people moving in to cross-check their names on the walls already.
Okay.
And waiting for the commencement time, which is officially 8:30. By now, this is around 17-18 minutes after 8.
Yes,
the election
correct.
is yet to commence. They are waiting for the 8:30 official time for the commencement of the elections.
Okay.
The security officials overwhelmed most of the areas here. All the roads leading to Ibokun were barricaded by military personnel.
Okay.
The soldiers
Okay.
are checking every vehicles moving in and out of Ibokun. So
Okay.
the security is adequate.
All right.
In terms of weather is clement presently.
Okay.
No sun already, and the conduct of people, most especially eligible voters, has been commendable so far. They have been orderly, waiting for the election to commence at 8:30.
All right.
That is the situation from Ibokun.
All right. Thank you. Best of luck.
Amen.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Yeah.
Yes, that's another call from Maruchi. We lost it. We lost the
We
call.
lost that call.
Yes, welcome back. Welcome back to the studio. And joining us in the studio, live and direct, on today's special program of Saturday Morning Trades,
Yeah.
we have Comrade Tijani
Fatai
Tijani, a member of Osun Civil Society Coalition, convener Social Development Monitoring Group for the election.
Okay.
We have another call here. Hello, good morning.
Who is on the line?
Yes, who is on the line?
Again. Okay.
Okay.
I'm calling from Ibokun.
All right.
The situation in Boko has been very peaceful so far.
Okay.
Yeah, we arrived here around 7:30, and we have been to 3 different polling units here, and the conduct of voters has been commendable so far. The officials of INEC for the election, and they set the voting area, polling area, aside from other areas, and registered of voters were pasted on the walls for them to cross-check their names,
Alright.
preparatory to the commencement of the election.
All right.
Security has been overwhelmed. The combined effort of security agencies, the army, the police, and the civil defense has been seen here in Ibokun, which is the headquarters of Obokun local government area of Osun State. The INEC officials are waiting for the 8:30 time, official time, for the commencement of the election. So far, so good as far as Ibokun, headquarters of Obokun local
Alright,
government
thank you.
area is concerned.
Okay, thanks for the update.
Thanks so much.
All right.
And let's have this call also. Who is on the line? Sonia Naride. You are welcome. If a not local government, not west. Okay. Yeah.
And people are looking at just
Yeah.
everybody is conducting.
Speak louder, please.
Everybody is conducting themselves, in a peaceful manner.
Okay.
So we are about to move to Moro, Ipechimodo,
Okay.
and Ashifa.
Okay.
Then we give you an update.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. As we are saying, we have with us in the
Yes.
studio our guest, Comrade
Comrade
Fatai
Fatai
Tijani. Comrade Fatai Tijani is a member of Osun Civil Society Coalition, convener, Social Development Monitoring Group.
Yes.
Comrade, you are welcome on the program.
Good morning.
You're welcome. As we all know that today is a special day in the lives of Nigerians, as we go to the poll to elect our leaders for the next
4 years.
4 years. What is your expectation?
Well, to all Nigerians and those that feel that like are incurable optimists like I am,
Okay.
that Nigeria will be a great country again.
Amen.
And our decision today will go a long way to shaping the activities of how to get into that greatness.
Okay.
And that is why I urge everyone to go out there and cast their vote for the candidate of their choice.
Okay.
So that, but we should do that peacefully.
Okay.
So far, it's been peaceful out there. And I want to believe that we will allow the peaceful nature of the activities to pervade the situation until the end of the elections for today.
Okay, and still on election matters, Nigerians already have the ad hoc staff are out there, NYSC members are out there, and the beavers machine of a thing is going to be our tool to elect our leaders.
Sorry, but before you go into that, as you are coming on your way, what did you observe?
Okay, your observation.
Well, I think there's in some areas, almost all the areas I covered, that I saw, because I'm supposed to be an election observer.
Yes.
I mean, the list have been pasted and people are checking.
Yeah.
And I think you want us to check first.
Okay.
Before, it's identified as a qualified person to, when you check your list, you go through the beavers, they cross-check with it and etc. And you are giving your ballot. And so that is what I saw that's happening now. Currently, people are checking that. I saw people club around the list trying to figure out their numbers and etc.
All right.
And so far it's been peaceful.
Okay. On your way coming, did you observe the security?
Yes.
Security men on ground. I drove through Akindeko, Isaliaro, Ojauba, Ibokun Road, and the presence of security.
How about the vehicular movement?
Well, I met a couple of vehicles, but I took a ballet here.
Yeah.
The police are posted there. I think people have been checked.
Okay.
I saw the police on the road trying to check the vehicular movements.
Okay. Now, if you look at the level of preparation by stakeholders prior to today, the INEC, the security agencies, even the federal government, what do you expect on today's exercise?
I think it must be given to the electorate first and foremost, because it's like everybody is prepared, and based on the preparedness, people have decided to go through it. For what I have seen this morning, INEC has done its bits, except that, like I always say, there are some institutions that need to be carried along,
such
as the media. Enough media education was not done, and the unfortunate thing is that there are amounts of monies earmarked for the media. I don't know if it gets there. And when you see people, when you have people in the hands of authority who always want to amass everything, it's always a problem. And so the little the media did it out of its volition, not because INEC encouraged it to do it, not because what ought to get there got to
civic
responsibility. But I want to say again, like I always say, last election I said it, that INEC must have a desk in all known media houses. That the job that person will be doing is to continue to educate the public on votes. Voter education must be a continuous process. Like some people will be 18 yesterday or day before. They should be told what to do when they are 18. And that should be a continuous process. That is why, because we are poor at keeping data, and that is why today the INEC can come up with a certain number, and tomorrow, even if the case gets to court, they start looking at another number, and etc. But if Nigeria has a data, the data needs to be taken, and so when that is done, it will be very easy for everybody to know where and when to do things. But INEC needs to have a desk and do the needful for the media people, so that they will make enough publicity, adequate publicity will be made, and a lot of people will be carried along, both in every language that people understand.
Then, if you look at the conduct of the people, at least your observation regarding the conduct of the people towards this election.
This morning, so far, so good. But what happens between now and the end of the electioneering period, what nobody can. But for now, like I said, all I saw my way here, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it is our hope that they will continue like that till the end of the exercise.
Seriously, it's a serious hope.
And as we are going to have 87,209,007 voters, are we really, I mean, are those votes really going to be counted?
Well, I think the era of vote not counting is over. That is why you see the rigorous activity of campaigns by the contestants.
Okay.
It has been much more than it has ever been before.
Okay.
So almost everybody covered where they needed to cover.
Okay.
If it is about money, I think if it is about the elections not counting, I think people will just relax wherever they are. I think that some people will sit somewhere and start, conjuring numbers and etc. But today, I think it is very clear that every vote will be made to count, and that is why, and we saw them go through all the.
Yeah, let's have this call. Hello. Hello, Adekunle.
Yes,
How are you?
I'm fine.
Where are you now?
I'm in the polling unit of His Excellency Senator Ademola Adeleke.
Okay.
In Sagba Abogunde.
Okay. And how is the situation there?
The situation is very calm. It's like a family reunion. You can see people, even the INEC officials are set. There are police security officers and party agents are all here.
Okay.
Domestic observers are on ground.
Okay.
Members of the public are also around.
Okay.
Waiting for the election process to take off, and it's a very calm scenario, and like a family union that it's supposed to be.
All right.
We have people from all walks of life, serving and retired public servants, members of the public, artisans, all here as one electorate.
Okay. Okay. So that's all.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the situation for now.
Okay.
You can see we have a waiting bus of INEC with election on duty stickers, because there are about 3 units in one area, 3 polling units in one area.
Okay.
So 2 units are set, but the other one is being set. So probably they are waiting to make sure that all is set before the bus leaves for another place.
All right.
But as it is now, all is set. No qualms, no sign of any acrimony.
Okay. Okay.
It's a very peaceful atmosphere.
All
People
right.
are getting ready to queue and cast their votes.
All right. Thank you. We'll still be expecting more updates from you.
Yes, the governor, His Excellency, is also in his family house, waiting for the time when he will come out and get accredited and cast his ballot.
Okay.
As soon as that happens, we'll keep you posted.
Thank you. All right.
You're welcome.
Best of luck.
Yes, let's talk about your coalition. Your coalition. Is it working hand in hand with the international observers?
Yes, we have synergy with INEC, we are local observers. We're not working with so, I mean, we had our trainings and we have our checklists, and at the end of the day, we also be made to write a report on our observations.
Okay. How does it ensure that we have a kind of crisis-free election?
And that is what I'm saying. That our observations, we are not to judge.
Okay.
All we need to do is that we draw our write-ups based on what we observed, and that will be collated at the end of the day for INEC to now determine what they have intention of doing with. But what we do most time is that we go round, observe, where there is peaceful, conduct, we note it. Where there is any hiccup and etc., we note. And so in the body of our report, all will be inculcated.
Okay.
So we also have the opportunity of sometimes, if we see people like, I remember last election, I got to Gbemu area, and there are people who had issues voting and etc. And I think somebody had a card and the name did not appear on the list.
Okay.
And so the electoral officer decided the person will not be allowed to vote. And he went around talking to people about it, and some of them came with intent.
Yeah, let's have this call. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Oluchi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, we've been trying reaching you since.
Yes, I've tried calling too.
Yeah.
I think the network is
Okay.
having issues with the network.
Okay.
Yes, we have already covered some places in Ojeomu.
Okay.
Yes, voters were already on ground.
Okay.
And INEC materials as well.
Yeah.
But before we got there, immediately after the secretariat at
Okay.
Akoda,
Yeah.
soldiers actually blocked the way,
Okay.
maintaining the no movement restriction order.
Okay.
And a lot of people, we were kept waiting for quite a while before we were allowed to go.
Okay.
So, but once they were able to get information that the press crew
Okay.
are the ones going about their normal duties, so they allowed us to go.
Okay.
So we are currently at Bogan,
Okay.
Olufi High School. So
Okay.
voters are also there,
Yeah.
about waiting for the commencement of the election.
Okay.
So I'll be giving you details as events unfold.
All right. Thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah, comrade. Now, if you see with what we have observed concerning the conduct of this election, especially the peaceful aspect of it, if you take this and you vis-a-vis the commitment by the president, as he has reiterated on several occasions, his commitment to free, fair, and credible election. Now, with what we have observed this morning, do you see it as the commitment by the president of Nigeria is playing out in this exercise?
Well, I may not want to give credence to the president.
Okay.
I will give credence to Nigerians who are determined, who have decided, because what people have gone through in the last 2 months does not even portray anybody saying it because somebody said something. It has to do with what are individuals really ready to do. And so I appreciate Nigerians for the peaceful nature so far.
Okay.
And I want to allow us know that Nigeria is the way it is today because of the kind of leaders we have. Nigeria has every opportunity of being greater than it is. I will pray. And I only urge us to be sincere.
Okay.
Let us look at that individual who can do it.
Okay.
Let us vote based on sentiments.
Okay.
Let us vote based on track records.
Okay.
Let us look at their backgrounds. Where are they coming from? What have they been able to do? How far have they been able to touch people's lives? Because you need to a microeconomy to determine what a macroeconomics will look like.
Okay.
It is the GDP, gross domestic product, that determines the gross national product. And so if you don't have the people who have done it before, that has a background, it will be difficult. So let us just be sincere. We are all determined, and we feel that not all of us will not be in the office at the same time. So that is why it is very important that we look for those people whom we know can do it and allow them get into those offices, so that Nigeria would go back to its glorious days.
Okay. With what we have said, particularly about the determination on the part of Nigerians, do you see Nigeria being great as a result of this determination? If as a result of that determination, if we are able to conclude this exercise peacefully today, do you see Nigeria being great as a result of this?
We have no choice. I mean, everything God did for this country goes in tune with greatness.
Okay.
Except that the only problem with Nigeria is leadership problem. We've not seen people who are really, really committed. There are differences between I can do it,
Okay.
I will do it, and I am doing it.
Okay.
You know, so until so a time that we allow those, and most times I say
Okay.
that we hardly have people who really have the fear of God get into position of authority in this country. There are differences between somebody putting on lawani or somebody putting on kasok and etc. No, it's not about it. It's about the fact that somebody knows that.
Comrade, sorry, let's have this call.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Tosin.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Very good. Very good.
Where are you now?
I'm presently in Lisbon, Tripoli.
Okay, and how is the situation there?
Very, very well. Very well. The situation is calm here.
Okay.
And you can see the turnout that people are turning out to cast their votes.
Okay.
It's very peaceful manner.
Okay.
And it appears Nigeria has a basic destiny today.
Yeah.
Where you can't imagine the level of comportment
Okay.
and coordination.
Okay.
Like it, the fact that we do not see any other type of crisis matter rather.
Okay.
In the next couple of minutes, Mr. Speaker, we speak to the people of Osbc.
All right. Okay.
Just people are ready to uphold
Okay.
the tenets of unity and the time.
Okay.
So far, when you listen to everything is going on.
Okay.
Hello?
All right. I'm listening to you.
So far, so well.
Okay.
The mission of Tripoli is full and calm.
Okay.
And I must
Okay.
confess to you that the level of turnout and security and the comfort of them shows that they are ready for the job.
Okay.
But most importantly, Nigerians, people of Osbc ready to carry their vote for the standards of themselves.
Okay.
I want to come back to you that people took out to ensure that the uphold unity and tranquility in the
Okay.
country.
Okay.
So there's no room for fear.
Okay.
And we can see the level of professionalism on the part of the security department, starting from soldiers to DSS officers
Okay.
and policemen.
Okay.
You can just you can imagine the way they comport themselves.
Okay.
So much that if anybody misbehaves anyhow or otherwise, they track there.
All right. All right.
They track.
Okay.
So in the next couple of minutes, we have a chat with Mr. Africa or
All right. Okay.
We have no room to fear.
Okay.
We listen to
All right. Thank you very much. We'll be expecting more updates from you.
we will surely do that.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. Comment.
So I was talking about the fact that until such a time that we have people who really have the fear of God.
Okay.
People who know that they could close their eyes and not open it again.
Okay.
People who know that no matter how much of wealth they amass, it is only God that would make it possible for people around them to benefit from it. If God is not willing, they will not. And so until that time, Nigeria has no reason to be poor. We have everything works in our favor. But unfortunately, it's either our leaders are confused or are wicked. And so until that time, we have people who really are committed, who feels what we feel. Until that time, we'll still continue. But I pray that whosoever wins the elections today, I mean, is that person that God has really chosen, not that individual whom people have chosen. We need a God-chosen leader to make Nigeria work.
One of the biggest stories on today's national dailies says parties appoint money transfer agents for polling units. How is this creeping? No, how is it creeping in again after much effort being put in place by the federal government to tackle vote buying?
They are not putting. The federal government is not putting any effort. The federal government has just succeeded in pauperizing us the more. The federal government has advised us that has failed. The federal government has told us that we can take 200,000 to the bank and only have access of taking 20,000.
All right, comrade, let's have this call.
We're still coming to that.
Hello. How are you? Who is on the line?
This is
Okay, again. All right.
Ward 2 Unit 9.
Okay.
His Excellency just arrived by 8:42 now.
Okay.
He is now being accredited.
Okay.
After accreditation, His Excellency has placed his hand on the paper's machine for accreditation and verification of his details by ad hoc staff. And soon after the process is concluded, he will be given a ballot paper to go to the polling booth, to the cubicle where they will do that to cast the ballot and go and drop it in the ballot box. Expectedly after that, we will have to track him up to get his reaction about the whole exercise and the process. Right now, His Excellency is just been accredited, and after that, I'll brief you.
All right.
The officer, INEC officer, is using papers to do facial accreditation, and that is what is going on now.
All right. Thank you.
Well, I can tell you that due to the law, people gave him free access. The governor wanted to join the queue, but as a mark of respect, left the queue and allowed the governor to be the first person to be so accredited and cast ballot. So that is the process we are having now. So you can see it has become like a carnival and ceremony. People troop out.
Yes, we can feel it here.
To register their love. You can hear the background noise. There is just like INEC directed, there is no security accompany. The governor came with members of his family and some of political aides. Nobody in police uniform other than those are assigned to the polling units here. That is a strict compliance to INEC and electoral guidelines. So that is what we are having now. His Excellency is now is collecting his ballot papers from where he will go to the cubicle to cast his ballots and later come back to drop it in the ballot box. So he has strictly complied with all provisions of electoral act and INEC guidelines for election, for the conduct of the election. No siren, no security convoy. He is here with members of his family and other political aides. Unlike the paraphernalia of the security attachments regarding or known to his office, the governor is right now in the voting cubicle, some printing the ballot papers, and people are eagerly waiting to see him. People are eagerly waiting to see him drop the ballot papers in the ballot box. Well, media men might find it a bit difficult to get him captured while trying to drop his ballot papers in the ballot boxes because the crowd here, the show of love is unexpected. It's overwhelming. Let me say what's honest. I'm doing this so that I can try and get His Excellency online after completing the whole process. His Excellency will speak to members of the public on his observation, his remarks, and address the people. Whatever message he has, he will give. Thank you, Kayode. His Excellency is done completing his ballot papers. He's now going to drop it, and you can hear the background noise of the mole. People are still. So thank you very much.
All right.
Okay. If you have some other things, you can just put this call in the background, and after that, His Excellency will come online.
All right. Thanks.
Come in.
Well, like I said, Nigeria has no business not to be, for things not to work for us. And because the people that God has ordained to get into political offices have not been the rise of people that really people who want to get into offices most times to amass wealth. People want to be rich and etc. And it will continue. Now you raised an issue about transfers being adopted. It will. You asked if I mean, the government has done anything. I said.
No, I said
about,
despite the efforts.
I was talking about where people would be made to part with huge sum of amount, and the government, the banks will tell you don't now have access to your money any longer. So, and I said that we have a CBN governor who I suppose he knows.
Yeah. Come
yes,
let's have
yes, the governor is on man.
Okay.
I'm now with His Excellency the Governor of Osbc, Senator Nurudeen Ademola Adeleke.
All right.
In his polling unit, Ward 2 Unit 9, Sagba Bokude,
Okay.
in the North Local Government.
All right.
His Excellency, welcome. Good morning.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to see you, people.
Yes, sir. People of the state, your lovers, we can see that they have the queue for you.
Yeah.
I have to accept.
Yeah. Good morning, Your Excellency.
You are there. I wanted to join the queue.
Yeah.
And they said, no, I should go. So they gave me that vote of confidence
Okay.
to go ahead and do my civic duty.
Okay.
And I really love them. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay.
For that honor.
Yes, sir. First, let's start from the atmosphere. How would you describe the atmosphere?
Beautiful. That's it. The atmosphere is beautiful. I can see the sound of victory already.
Yes, sir. There are no competent security officers around you in compliance with INEC electoral guidelines and electoral act.
Yes.
This is highly commendable that you have complied with all laws, and just like you've always been saying,
Yes.
that the situation in town is so peaceful.
Yes.
Unlike people's apprehension, what would be responsible for this?
Because your governor is doing very well. He's doing very well. I'm attending to the needs of our people in Osun State. That's why everywhere is peaceful. Everybody is receiving their salary, they are happy. And I'm fixing all the roads, fixing where there's no electricity, fixing where there's no pipe of water. Everything is going on simultaneously. So definitely they are happy with their governor. That is why they gave me that I should go ahead and join the queue and then do my civic duty.
Okay, now that you have done that, how will you describe the whole process, sir?
So far so good, the whole process is going very well. And I believe it went well.
Adekunle.
The electorate should be law abiding. You know, I mean, election is not the do or die. Let people decide who they want. So everything should be peaceful and let them be law abiding. Because I believe, your governor believe in rule of law and due process. So everybody should be law abiding, one vote for your choice and live quietly. That's it.
So finally, sir, as regard the people, as regard the people, what can you say? I can see it was so fast.
It was very fast.
Okay.
So the Beavers, you know, that's in the primary result. Beavers is here to stay. That is the answer. The INEC has done very well. The federal government has done very well for the president to assent the new electoral act. That Beaver is a way to tell us that democracy is here to stay in Nigeria. That's just it.
Yes, sir. Your Excellency, sir. Adúpẹ́ akínyín káàárọ̀ àsìkínyín káàbọ̀ síbi lójú ní Sagba Bokude níbi tẹ́tí wá sí ojúṣe yín gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ orílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà àti gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni àkọ́kọ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Ibi tí mo ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò láàárọ̀ yìí ni pé nígbà tẹ́ ẹ dé síbí ẹ béèrè pé bo ni ta ló kẹ́yìn lórí ìlà tí ẹ tò sẹ́yìn rẹ̀. Àwọn èèyàn wá ní rárá wọn ní kẹ́ ẹ máa lọ síwájú. Àrígbẹ́yìn náà ẹ fẹ́ tẹ̀lé òfin ṣùgbọ́n ìfẹ́ wọn ló ṣàgbà ohun gbogbo. Kí ni ojú rẹ ẹgbẹ́ ti bá àwọn èèyàn bí láàárọ̀?
Inú mi dùn púpọ̀. Ìgbà tí mo dé, mo ní jẹ́ kí n tò sílà. Àwọn èèyàn bá sọ pé gómìnà wa àwọn ọ̀fẹ́ kẹ́ tò sílà. Ó ní sẹ́ máa lọ ní mo dẹ̀ rọra mú mi lọ. Síbẹ̀ tí mo fi lọ ṣe ìjọ ẹ̀tọ́ mi láti lọ dìbò mo lè dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn láti fún mi ní ètò àǹfààní láti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí gómìnà aláṣẹ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, tí àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ ní pété bá ń lọ nìkan ara àwọn ọlọ́pàá àwọn ògbé ìbọn ńlá ìbọn kéékèèké oríṣiríṣi ṣùgbọ́n lẹ́nìí ẹ̀rìn láì nípa àti ẹ̀mọ̀ bóyá ọlọ́pàá tiẹ̀ wà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun níbàámu pẹ̀lú àṣẹ tí àjọ elétò òdìbò gbélé àti òfin tí ààrẹ wọn fọwọ́ sí àti àpè ní ẹ̀lẹ́kúra ètò ààbò yìí ètò àlàáfíà tó jọba lórí níbi ètò ààbò yìí kí ni ó fà á.
tó fà á ni pé gómìnà yìí ó ń ṣe dáadáa ní Ọ̀ṣun gbogbo owó tó ti jẹ báwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tó ń bèrè asọ́lárì
ní 2015 2016 ẹni tó wọ́n máa jó lórí ó láti níbẹ̀rù ọlọ́run àti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í sọ ṣé títí ló fẹ́ sọ ni àti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í ṣe títí àwọn ibi tí ò gbómi à ń ṣe àwọn ibi tí ò níná à ń ṣe so ìtura ẹ̀mí ìlú inú ìlú àwọn èèyàn ń dùn tí ó gbọ́n nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tó rẹ̀ ní gbogbo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rí báyìí ó lè dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ náà.
nígbà tẹ wá dé tí ẹ lọ dìbò tẹ ti dìbò ẹ̀rọ tí ń ṣe àyẹ̀wò àwọn olùdìbò tá a pè ní bivas machine ó dàbí ẹni pé kò tiẹ̀ pẹ́ rárá bí wọ́n ṣe fẹ́ ṣe fi ká sí orí wọ́n gbé sójú yín orí kí ni tẹ́ni sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa àti ní paríparí rẹ̀ ìmọ̀ràn yín fún àwọn ará
mi tí mo ní láti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé kí ní bivas ti inec tó gbé jáde inú mi dùn púpọ̀ tó jẹ́ pé sí ọ̀nà àwọn tó wá bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ́nà tó lè fi ṣù ibẹ̀ náà ní ìpínlẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ wà ó dẹ̀ lọ dáadáa kò tiẹ̀ pẹ́ rárá ó lè dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè wa ààrẹ tó fọwọ́ sí gbogbo ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ létòlétò kò sí wàhálà rárá ó lè dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ náà kó lọ bá wa ṣe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you have come with the first lady.
Yes.
Yes, sir. And what will be your message?
Why? So, even the message I have for my people, right?
Yes, sir.
Is for them to be peaceful. Go and do your vote, and let everybody, be happy. I mean, everybody have, to decide. But people have to decide what they want. So, the election is supposed to be peaceful. You are performing your civic duty. You have the power to choose who you want. Go and do it and be peaceful. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. I want to tell us young people. Everybody should be peace and tranquility. My people should vote. Voting is not fighting. God will bless us all. By God's grace, Nigeria will be rescued in Jesus' name. Amen. My name is Erelutosi Adeleke, the wife of Osun State Governor.
Okay.
Women should vote right. They should not ask a man. Today is the day for us to rescue our Nigeria. You know, everywhere in churches, women are the ones that outnumber the whole people. Women are the pillars. Women are the ones that hold the country, the state, everywhere. And the number of women are more. Let all the women come as a mass today and vote their conscience by God's grace, like I said. The future of our children and unborn children will be rescued today by the grace of God Almighty. In Jesus' name, we will get it right this time. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Just like members of the public, we also have the wife of the governor here. Your name, ma'am? My name is Titilola Adeleke. What's your observation about the electoral process?
My observation is that I can see that a lot of people, they are out to vote, and the way I'm seeing it, it's a peaceful voting. People are going to each of their wards, only units to go and vote. And to my own observation, there is no fight, there is no quarrel, everything is peaceful. By God's grace, the citizens of Osun State, they will make up their mind and choose whoever they want to vote for.
What's your message for the people?
I would, and the youth, okay? I want to speak with the women. I want the women to be diligent, humble, and law-abiding. Actually, we know that we, the women, we are the one going for one meeting or the other. We have time to do all these voting and campaigning and other activities. We are good at that. But I'm using this media to tell them to be peaceful, law-abiding, and calm. And they should go out and go and vote for their conscience. The people that they feel they want to vote.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká wò ní Yorùbá mà. Ètò ìdìbò tí ó wáyé láàárọ̀ yìí ojú rẹ̀ ìmọ̀ràn wo sì lẹ́ni fáwọn obìnrin àtàwọn ọ̀dọ́. Láàárọ̀ yìí mo ṣe jáde kúrò lé tí mo wọ́ tún tí mo wó sí. Mo rí pé àwọn èèyàn, àwọn ọkùnrin obìnrin, àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n, àwọn àbúrò, àwọn bàbá mi, àwọn ìyá mi, gbogbo wọn lọ jáde nínú ilé wọn. Lọ́dẹ̀ ọ̀rá ń lọ ní wọ́ọ́rọ́wọ́, kò síjà kò sí wàhálà. Lọ́ ń lọ níbi tí àpótí ìdìbò wọn wà. Wọ́n lọ síbẹ̀, wọ́n dẹ̀ ọ̀rá kò sáré kò sí kíní ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ wa níbí báyìí o. Mo dẹ̀ rò pé bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló ṣe máa rí ní gbogbo Ọ̀ṣun yìí, nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun yìí. Ìmọ̀ràn mi fún àwọn obìnrin ní pé ká ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ká má jà, ká ọ̀ra bó ṣe bá ti ṣe sọ fún wa pé ká ṣe jù, òun ni ká ṣe ọ̀ra ìdìbò wa. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé lágbára Ọlọ́run gbogbo èròǹgbà ọkàn àwa obìnrin Ọlọ́run á mú sí ìmúṣẹ. Wọ́n á nǹkan tí wọ́n fẹ́, ẹni tí wọ́n fẹ́ yàn òun ni kó dìbò fún. So then ní ẹ̀yìn ìdìbò náà kí ó má síjà, wọ́n má di pé wọ́n wọlé lọ́bára wọn àbí nǹkan kan, kí gbogbo àwọn ọ̀dọ́ kọ́ farabalẹ̀, gbogbo nǹkan máa bọ́ sí ètò lẹ́sẹẹsẹ. Mi ò fẹ́ jàgídíjàgan, mi fẹ́ kọ́ ṣe wàhálà, kọ́ máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kọ́kọ́ nílé, wọ́n máa lọ ní pé kìnnìkan kọ́ dúró ti ìbò. Ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ ẹ dúró ti ìbò yín, ẹ dúró ti ẹ ti dé INEC office, kẹ́ dúró síbẹ̀ kẹ́jẹ́ kọ́ announce ẹ̀. Àwọn àgbàlagbà kan náà dẹ̀ dúró sí ọwọ́ bàbá wa ìyá wa kan dúró síbi rédíò wọn, wọ́n máa gbọ́ èsì. Lágbára Ọlọ́run gbogbo ẹ̀ máa já sáyọ̀ ni o. Ìjọba Nurudeen Adémọ́lá ó máa tù wọ́n lára nílùú Ọ̀ṣun. Gbogbo ohun tí ẹ̀ ń fẹ́ lágbára Ọlọ́run tí Nurudeen sọ, gbogbo ẹ̀ ló máa wá mú sí àmúṣẹ. Ẹ ṣe sùúrù pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Díẹ̀ ló máa báyìí máa ṣe ohun ètò yìí, ká fọkàn balẹ̀. Ó ní wá fásitì yìí náà báwọn obìnrin sọ̀rọ̀, pé báwọn obìnrin náà wọ́n ṣe sùúrù. Láìpẹ́ láì jìnà ọ̀wọ́ náà máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní rí ọ̀wọ́ nǹkan oríṣiríṣi mèremère táwa ìyàwó gómìnà tá máa ṣe fún wọn, wọ́n fọkàn balẹ̀.
Ok, máa ẹ ṣe gọ́mà.
Ẹ ṣe rọ.
Títílọlá Adébùsọ̀lá Adélékè Yeye Sọ̀lútẹ̀rù.
Ẹ ṣe gọ́mà.
Ẹ ṣe rọ.
Yes, nowadays,
Yeah, thank you.
The interview does
All right.
how it went.
All right.
I've had the governor and the wives of the governor speaking
All right,
in
thank
both
you very
languages, English and Yoruba. They have called for camps.
Yeah.
They have described how the exercise is here.
We'll be expecting more from you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We have another
We're expecting
call.
more from you.
Yeah.
This is Latif Akola.
Okay.
I lead the Osbc school to fellow to federal constituency.
Okay.
Yeah, presently we are coming back. We have been to Asaba and Oyan.
Okay.
And everything was orderly. In fact, vote has commenced at Oyan and at Asaba and Asi before we left and Ijabe.
All right.
Presently we are at Okuku. So when we are coming down here, we had a little delay at Alamisi Junction in Ikirun, where there was a kind of security check by the military. But when we explained to them that we are reporters, they allowed us after some few minutes.
Okay.
So presently we are back. We are now at Okuku.
Okay.
We want to observe the situation there.
Okay. And how is the conduct over there?
The conduct was peaceful and orderly. Both APC and the PDP and the Labour Party and other political parties that are participating, their party agents were there. They were friendly to one another.
Okay.
So far, so good. Everything was orderly. We are currently now at Okuku.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Lati. We'll be expecting more updates from you.
Àwọn nílùú Òkùnkùn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́
All
báyìí.
right.
Àti dé àti Asaba Ọ̀yán.
All right.
Gbogbo àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣera wọn ní ọmọlúwàbí. Àwọn aṣojú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú tó wà ń bẹ̀ wọ́n ń bára wọn sọ̀rọ̀ kò síta kò síta. Nígbà tá à ń bọ̀ wá rí ìdádúró díẹ̀ nígbà tá a dé oríta Àlàmísì ní Kírun. Nígbà tá a bá àwọn ológun ń bẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń yẹ àwọn èèyàn wò. Wọ́n béèrè lọ́wọ́ àjẹsọ fún wọn pé oníròyìn ni wá. Ṣé nígbà tí a kúrò bẹ̀ la forí lé sí Asaba Ọ̀yán. Kódà nígbà tá a máa fi kúrò ní Asaba Ọ̀yán àti Ìjàbẹ́ wọn ti ń dìbò lọ́wọ́.
ká tó kúrò àwa lókùnkùn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí níwájú customary court ilé ìdìbò tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni a ti fẹ́ ṣe àyẹ̀wò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí.
báwo ni àwọn olùdìbò ṣe ń gbáradì láti dìbò?
àwọn olùdìbò jáde dáadáa, kódà àwọn àgbàlagbà àwọn arúgbó jáde, wọ́n sì ṣera wọn ní ọmọlúwàbí, kò sí ìjà, kò sí ta, kò sí ọgbọ́n ìrìn tọ́. Kódà nìkan nínú àwọn ilé ìdìbò wọ́n ń fààyè gba kí àwọn arúgbó tí wọn ò ní igun dáadáa kọ́kọ́ dìbò kó tó di pé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tó san fún láǹfààní àti dìbò.
Ó ṣe Lateef, a tún máa retí ìpè látọ̀dọ̀ ẹ bí gbogbo nǹkan bá ṣe ń lọ sí. Thank you very much. Now viewers at home will go for a short break. We'll come back after this time out.
Voting in an election is your civic responsibility. Vote your choice. Vote your conscience. Do not sell your vote.
Etí yín mélòó gbogbo ọ̀dọ́ ìdìbò tún wọlé dé o. Ẹ má jáwọn olóṣèlú fi yín dá lúrú. Ẹ má ṣe jàǹdùkú fáwọn olóṣèlú. Àwọn tí ń fi ọ̀dọ́ dà lúrú ọmọ wọn dà láàrin yín. Ẹ rántí pé ọmọ ọlọ́mọ là ránṣẹ́ dé tòrutòru. Ẹ má jẹun bọ̀ láyín jẹ fún yín.
Ètò ìdìbò tó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà yìí kì í ṣe kàkà kékú má jẹ sèse. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́ ká fi sùúrù yàn sípò.
Hello my people, as we don dey ready for this election, abeg we dey beg una.
No amount wey dem give una go fit solve any palava, and anything you collect no go fit make things better.
Na only thing wey go make things better na to vote wisely. No sell your future, no sell your right. This message na from Osbc.
All is set for the commencement of the Presidential and National Assembly elections right here in Eripa, here at Ward 7, Polling Unit 4 in Eripa. The INEC officials arrived very early and the eligible electorates have started trooping into the polling units to discharge their civic responsibility. They are already on ground checking their names on the voters register over there, as you can see. All is set for the commencement of the Presidential and National Assembly elections right here in Eripa, here at Ward 7, Polling Unit 4 in Eripa. The INEC officials arrived very early and the eligible electorates have started trooping into the polling units to discharge their civic responsibility. They are already on checking their names on the voters register over there, as you can see. All is now set for the commencement of Presidential and National Assembly elections in Ward 2, Polling Unit 4 at Otayi Baju. The INEC officials arrived very early and the eligible electorates are already on ground to discharge their civic responsibility, as you can rightly see here.
Yes, we've just had Adebare Jimakinde from Oton Ayegbaju giving us updates on the voting process there. And we still have in the studio with us Comrade Fatai Tijani, as we've been discussing the today's election and as our future holds on to today's election for the next 4 years. I have a story from Jigawa State that says 700 PVC. NIS retrieves 700 PVCs from foreigners in the state.
Yes,
okay, we have another call before we come to that.
Hello?
Hello, is that?
Yes.
I want to give you the update on the work time with the in the
Who is on the line?
My name is Oluwatosin.
Tosin Oladokun is on the line. Okay.
Yeah, I want to tell you that voting has commenced in Ilesa local government.
Okay.
Especially Ward 10 Unit 6.
Okay.
Monitoring the effort.
Okay.
But I told you the other time in school that Ilesa people are ready to have their vote.
Okay.
It's a very quick one.
Okay.
And as it stands right now, you can see the comportment on the part of the electorate, even with other staff, led by the NYC members.
Okay.
Even with, I can tell you for free that security apparatus are halal, quite halal.
Okay.
Environment like that. So if there's anything again you want me to do, if there's any area you want me to go, I would like to just go there.
All right. What about Mr. Speaker? Has he come out for accreditation?
Like I said that initially, I said Mr. Speaker just crashed his ballot.
Okay.
The last couple of days.
Okay.
And you know, as a man, as the number 3 man in the state,
okay.
Supposed to be saying you not far.
Okay.
Not far. He has comforted himself. In fact, he has just left the person for after he has cast.
Okay. Okay.
So with the view of letting others who are yet to do so.
All right.
Even the ages, I can see octogenarians, septuagenarians who came out to exercise their franchise.
Good.
So this election, you can see the level of turnout and the comportment.
Okay.
Let me be frank with you. There is no fighting in this one.
All right. All right. Thank you. Comrade, over to you.
Well, I was talking about the fact that Nigerians are the people who are really determined to have things change in their favor.
Okay.
Because the CBN the last 2 months had not acted like an institution that knows what it's doing.
Okay.
There's an instrument of finance that allows you to either increase money in circulation or reduce money in circulation. That's open market operation.
Yeah.
And when that happens, all you do is that, like in the UK, there was a change in the pound and nobody knew. Except those people living in the UK. Start withdrawing those old ones and inject the new ones. And so what people have been made to go through recently is not meant for anybody to start saying that, oh, it is the government who is encouraging us. No, people are just encouraging themselves. And that is why, once again, I will say that vote for people who know how to discover talents. Vote for people who know how to discover intellect. Vote for people who, when you get to office, the people that they will bring to work with them are people that will feel the pains of ordinary Nigeria.
Okay.
Not the individual that will say, okay, because we have said this, no going back. It's a dictatorial tendency. It does not go into with our training. As Nigerians, it is important that we know what we do at any material point.
Okay.
So where we are today, it is Nigerians that are determined. It's not as if we are encouraged. Proud to, we're looking forward to elections.
Okay.
And boom, there is scarcity of petrol. And boom, you cannot even spend your money. And the network for you to make transfer is not even there. And so it's not one of those things that I expected at the tree light of an administration. And so Nigerians need to choose that individual that can discover those that really will work and make the country habitable and comfortable.
All right. Comrade, ẹ jẹ́ ká wá wò ní èdè àbínibí torí àwọn èèyàn wa tí wọ́n wà nílé. Ètò ìdìbò tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí, ojú ò lè fi wò. Pàápàá jùlọ nígbà tẹ́ ń bọ̀, kí ni àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ fojú rí nípa ètò ìdìbò tó ń lọ yìí?
Well, gẹ́gẹ́ bí ó ṣe máa bí ìrìn yẹn ṣe máa ń wáyé ní gbogbo àwọn àsìkò ìdìbò báyìí. Mo kúrò lálẹ́kọ̀ọ́ odò, mo gba Kíndẹ́kọ̀, mo gba Sàlẹ̀ Àró, mo gba ọjà ọba dé ọ̀nà Ìbòkun débi tí mo wà. Mo lè rí pé nígbà tí mò ń bọ̀ gbogbo.
Comrade, excuse me. Adébọ́jẹ̀.
Yes, sir.
Said.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Said Adébọ́jẹ̀ is on the line now. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
How is the situation in your area there?
Well, the deputy governor is preparing to come out of his lodge to go and vote. about if it's peaceful, generally. The security operatives are doing well. They are not harassing people. Although on our way to Ife, that Shekona area, members of the armed forces were there. They were not allowing every Dick, Tom and Harry to cross over to their towns or villages.
Everybody.
In short, the security is very tight, and there are no way for hoodlums.
How about the deputy governor?
Go ahead.
Well, the deputy governor is preparing to come out of his lodge to go and watch at his polling unit. So immediately we get to his polling unit, we will give you the situation.
All right, thank you.
There.
All right, thank you. Yeah, comrade. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ṣe ń sọ lọ, kí ni àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ rí
tí ẹ
ṣàkíyèsí nípa ètò?
Àwọn ibi tí mo gbà wá nígbà tí mo ń bọ̀. Àsìkò tí mo débẹ̀ yẹn tí mo rí ni wípé wọ́n ti ń lẹ àwọn orúkọ tí ẹnìkan kò fi lọ mọ̀ wípé lóòótọ́ ni òun lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ àti kópa nínú ìdìbò yẹn. So gbogbo ibi tí mo rí kò sí ìwà pé ẹnìkankan ti ń bára wọn fa wàhálà bí mo ṣe dé tí mo ṣe ń bọ̀ yìí. Ṣùgbọ́n tí ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí mo ti débí àti ìgbà tí ìdìbò parí mi ò lè sọ. Ṣùgbọ́n ní àárọ̀ yìí so far gbogbo ibi tí mo dé ó ń lọ ní ìrọwọ́ rẹ̀ sáré wípé àwọn èèyàn wọ́n ní ẹ̀mí wípé àwọn fẹ́ dìbò àwọn dẹ̀ fẹ́ yan olórí.
Ètò ààbò kílẹ̀ ṣàkíyèsí nípa ètò ààbò?
Mo rí wọn gbogbo àwọn ọlọ́pàá, àwọn road safety, àwọn NSTC, mo rí wọn níbi tí ní gbogbo àwọn kíni ẹbí wọn náà jókòó náà nítorí pé nígbà tí ò sí wàhálà apá tí ò sí wàhálà pàǹlẹ̀ kankan tó lè.
Ìgbòkègbodò ọkàn ńkọ́?
Ìgbà tí mo fẹ́ dé òkè balẹ̀ bí ni mo rí àwọn mọ́tò kan ṣùgbọ́n mo rí báwọn ọlọ́pàá ti wà lọ́nà tí wọ́n ti ń dá àwọn kan padà nínú wọn pé irú èyí báyìí wọ́n ní kẹ́nìkan kan wọ́n ní ìkíní káàdì ìdánimọ̀ tán fèmí náà ni mo fi hàn wọ́n tí mo fi kọjá.
Kí ni àjọṣepọ̀ yín pẹ̀lú àwọn tí ó wá láti ilẹ̀ òkèèrè láti wá?
Ìyẹn àjọṣepọ̀ àjọ tí ní o àjọ tí.
Àwọn tó wá láti ilẹ̀ òkèèrè àjọ máa ṣe náà ni ṣùgbọ́n tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wípé domestic observer la wá. Àwa tiwantiwa lábẹ́lé là wá. Àwọn tó wá láti ilẹ̀ òkèèrè yẹn náà tá a bá jọ gbogbo bí tá a bá jọ wá náà á jọ compare note náà ni kí lè rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn o kí ló kù inú report táwọn náà bá máa form report tá a bá kọ lọ́dọ̀ wa ń bí yóò wà nínú nǹkan tí àwọn náà fi kún nǹkan táwọn náà bá rí tí wọ́n kọ tí wọ́n gbé fún ìjọba.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìyàwó gómìnà ọ̀kan nínú àwọn ìyàwó gómìnà wa sọ pé káwọn obìnrin ká bọ́ta àti àwa ọ̀dọ́ ǹjẹ́ ẹ lérò pé ìyàtọ̀ lè wà nínú ìbò dídì ìbá ṣe ń dìbò láti ilẹ̀ bó ṣe jẹ́ wípé bóyá àwọn obìnrin ò pọ̀ láti ilẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ tàbí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ò pọ̀ láti ilẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ǹjẹ́ ìyàtọ̀ máa wà láàrin wọn ìbò tá à ń dì lẹ́nu àti tá à ń dì látẹ̀yìnwá?
Ìtanijí ti pọ̀ dáadáa nísìn. Mo lè rí pé gbogbo àwọn tí mo fi bẹ́ẹ̀ rí ní títì nígbà tí mo ń bọ̀ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ló pọ̀ jù láàrin wọn. Àwọn obìnrin tí ẹ bá wo campaign tí àwọn olùdíje ṣe káàkiri mi ò fẹ́ rò pé lè débi kankan tọkùnrin ti pọ̀ ju obìnrin lọ torí pé tóbìnrin bá ti ní ẹ̀mí àti ṣe nǹkan wọ́n máa fi gbogbo ẹ̀mí wọn ṣe tó mo lè fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ wípé ìtanijí yẹn ti ṣe dáadáa ṣùgbọ́n ibì kan tí mo máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ bá ní gbogbo ìgbà ló ní pé àwọn àjọ elétò ìdìbò continuous education ó yẹ kí wọ́n máa jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn máa ní ìtanijí ní gbogbo ìgbà mo sọ pé mo suggest pé ó yẹ kí wọ́n ní tábìlì ní àwọn ilé iṣẹ́ ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n làmìlaka débi pé iṣẹ́ yẹn wọ́n máa ṣe ni kò ní jẹ́ pé ó dìgbà tí a bá fẹ́ dìbò nìkan ni àwọn elétò ìdìbò wà jáde o báyìí ní kẹ́ máa ṣe o yóò jẹ́ nǹkan tí ó nítorí pé gbogbo ìgbà làwọn èèyàn pọ̀ ọmọ ọdún méjìdínlógún àwọn ẹlòmíín pọ̀ ọmọ ọdún méjìdínlógún tó mọ nǹkan tí wọ́n ti fẹ́ ṣe gan ṣùgbọ́n títa ní tí ẹ bá jẹ́ nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ táwọn òyìnbó ń pè ní continuous process yóò jẹ́ kó rọrùn fáwọn èèyàn tó bá ń dàgbà náà láti máa mọ̀ wípé kíní ṣùgbọ́n bó ṣe wà yìí náà kò ń ṣe ibi tá a wà nígbà ìdìbò tó kọjá la wà nísìn ọ̀pọ̀ ẹni fọlọ́.
tí a bá wò ẹ ń sọ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan ẹ ní pé àwọn èèyàn gbáradì gidigidi gẹ́gẹ́ bí àkíyèsí tẹ̀ ṣe pé àwọn èèyàn gbáradì fún ètò ìdìbò wọ́n sì ní ẹ̀mí pé yóò ṣeé ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀yin ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń fojú wò ṣé tí a bá ṣe ètò yìí tó bá yọrí lẹ́nu ṣé nàìjíríà ti lè tibẹ̀ dàgbà sí àbí a lè tibẹ̀ gòkè àgbà kẹ́tọ́ máa dáhùn ẹ jẹ́ agbé ìpè náà. hello. Sanya Onarinde, you're welcome. Okay. Okay.
We've gone through all the community in the northwest and north
okay.
government area, which include Dragon, Yakoyo, Ashiba, everywhere.
Okay.
Well, came out from Mars and they are exercising their franchise peacefully. There are also every percent of security personnel.
Okay.
Keeping an eagle eye on the troublemakers.
Okay.
So far so good. The election, the exercise has pretty much peaceful in this area. We are heading to it now.
All right.
We'll be keeping you updated as we progress in the 2023 general election.
All right, Sanya. Thank you.
Yes, our report is just reaching us that the flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, has just voted, has just cast his vote now.
Okay.
And we expect some other reports and information from our reporters and the producer of the program as other eminent flag bearers who will be voting or will be casting their votes.
All right.
So,
gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe bèrè lọ́wọ́ yín pé ìjẹ́ rò pé tí a bá tiẹ̀ yọrí ètò ìdìbò yìí lónìí ṣe rò pé nàìjíríà ó lè ti bẹ̀ gòkè àgbà.
ọ̀nà méjì ni tá a bá yọrí ẹ̀ tá a rí aṣíwájú dáadáa yàn láàrin àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀. torí pa àṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mọ́ yan síwájú o àwọn tá à ń yàn bóyá omi pọ̀jọ́ ka wọn lọ ni bóyá àwọn abẹ́ṣekáwọ́ wọn ni ò ṣe ni bóyá àwọn gan ni ò ní tọkàn wò pé àwọn kan fẹ́ wà lọ́fíìsì bóyá àwọn ni.
tí wọn gbáradì pé iṣẹ́ ọ́fíìsì tó fẹ́ lọ ṣe
ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ so tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn tí tán bá gbé wá ẹni tá a bá dìbò fún tó bá wá rí àánú ọlọ́run lórí àwọn tí ó torí pé ìgbà míì àwọn èèyàn máa ń wo olórí lórúkọ lórí ni àwọn abẹ́ṣekáwọ́ gan ló níṣẹ́
tó ń bá a ṣiṣẹ́
gangan olórí nígbà tí wọ́n bá ṣiṣẹ́ tán ni wọ́n lọ gbé fáìlì fún kó sáìn àwọn abẹ́ṣekáwọ́ ni ó lọ ní sí gbogbo ibi tí iṣẹ́ bá wà láti lọ ṣe iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n bá ṣe láàmú wa máa kí olórí wípé nígbà ìjọba tiẹ̀ ó ṣe báyìí so èmi mo máa ń kí bí mo bá ti ń kí olórí tó rí àwọn èèyàn gidi bá ṣiṣẹ́ mo tún máa ń kí àwọn tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ náà torí pé àwọn gan-an níṣẹ́ yẹn òun ló fi jẹ́ pé gbogbo ẹni tí a bá ṣiṣẹ́ pa fẹ́ yàn ẹ jẹ́ ká wo ẹni tí àwọn èèyàn wo ló lè kó rora tí wọ́n láàánú lójú olórí lórúkọ ṣé nísìnyí bá yẹ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ yìí tó máa fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa information Alhaji Lai Muhammed náà máa pè wọ́n ní pé president àbí bó bá ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ sí ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ ládàá padà sọ́dọ̀.
I guess we have a call from one of our reporters.
Okay, excuse us, come here.
Please. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, who is on the line?
Babatunde Bola Tito is my name. I'm calling from.
Babatunde Bola Tito, you are welcome.
All right. Where are you calling from?
Ilesha East Local Government Area.
All right.
I have beside me Honorable Sunday Bisi, who is a political leader in this area.
All right.
I will have two questions for him.
Babatunde Bola Tito, before you go on, please tell us the situation.
What's the situation over there?
Yes, your assessment.
The situation here is relatively calm.
All right.
People are going about voting without any harassment of any sort.
Okay.
And the security agency are alert
and people trooped out en masse to exercise their civic responsibility here.
Okay.
We have not recorded any incident. What we have here is very good atmosphere, conducive enough for what we would describe as free and fair election.
All right. So you cannot bring him home?
Yeah, Honorable Osbc is there.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi. Honorable Sunday BC. What is the situation there? What is your experience about the ongoing election?
Well, we are in my village and my ward, unit 4 of Okesha, Ward 1, Okesha East Government.
Okay.
The situation here is very peaceful.
Okay.
The officials there are doing their best.
Okay.
The police are also doing their best.
Okay.
So it's very free and clear as of now. So we are enjoying very peaceful.
All right. What about security situation there?
It's very okay. It's very okay. People are here. And, people are here. And they are doing what they should do.
Ẹ bá a sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa lé ní Yorùbá kí ni àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ rí kí ni àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ rí ń bẹ̀ yẹn báwo lè tò dìbò ṣe ń lọ.
Níbi báyìí bí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe ó dáa àwọn èèyàn wọ́n ń tò lọ́wọ́ wọn àwọn tó ń ṣe INEC náà àwọn officials wọ́n dẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ wọn bí iṣẹ́ tó gbogbo ẹ̀ ń lọ létòlétò kò sí agbóni akánni gbogbo ẹ̀ ń lọ dáadáa nìyà.
Ètò ààbò ń kọ́.
Àti ààbò péye ó tó dáadáa kò sí wàhálà kankan.
So, Babatunde Bolatito, are you still there?
All right. Now, comrade, sorry for.
So, báyìí sọ ní pé àwọn abẹ́ṣekáwó púpọ̀ àwọn ló máa ń níṣẹ́ púpọ̀ láti ṣe. So gbogbo ẹni tí a bá máa yàn ẹ jẹ́ á wò wọ́n nígbà tó lọ́ọ́ máa bá wa ṣe àti Kwankwaso àti Peter Obi o àti Atiku o àti Tinubu gbogbo wọn ló ti ṣèjọba rí. Gbogbo wọn ló ti ṣèjọba rí. So ìta kàn máa wò ní pé báwo náà ṣe ìbò ni wọ́n ti ń bọ̀ kí ni wọ́n lè lágbára àti ṣe tó wáyé pé tí òṣèjọba rí wà ní wọ́n sìn bí àwọn Ṣòwòrẹ́ àwọn gbogbo àwọn yẹn àwọn Kọ́lá Abíọ́lá tán ṣèjọba rí ṣe wọ́n pé yóò máa wò wípé kí náà máa lè ṣe ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tí ó jẹ́ leading contestant nísìn gbogbo náà ti ṣèjọba rí àti ibi tán ti ń bọ̀ kí ni wọ́n ṣe nígbà yẹn kí la lè wò wípé wọ́n lè ṣe ó máa yàtọ̀ sí ètò wọn ṣe òun ló kù tẹ́ nìkan kan ó máa wà.
A jẹ́ pé olórí tí ó bá rí èèyàn dáadáa tó bá bá ṣe ìjọba àṣepọ̀ ràánú gbà ní
àwọn ló ń ṣàṣeyọrí.
ló ń ṣàṣeyọrí.
níwọ̀nba kíní káàdì ìdìbò tó yẹ pé wọ́n wá rí nínú ihò tó ń rí gbà lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn kí ni ìyẹn ṣé ìyẹn ò nípa lórí ètò ìdìbò yìí.
ó máa nípa àwọn tí ó lọ torí bí ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé tí mo rò ní pé ó ní àsìkò kan tí wọ́n ń tàǹkà nínú ìwé ìròyìn pé àwọn èèyàn ń rà á tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ń rà fún náà ní pé tán bá ti mọ̀ pé strong gold ẹnìkan rè ibi tó ní agbára sílẹ̀ wọ́n á lọ rà á ń bẹ̀ wọ́n á wá lọ dànù so that àwọn tán rà lọ́wọ́ wọn ò ní lè dìbò yóò wà sí
àwọn iye ìyẹn tó máa dìbò
fòkò.
Yes. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you for coming on the program today. Yes. We appreciate you. Yeah.
And we sincerely appreciate our viewers and every other person that has contributed one way or another to this program. We would like to go on a commercial segment.
Yes, we are now on a commercial segment. We'll go on commercial segment. Then after the commercial segment, we still come back.
Yes, definitely we'll be here. We are here for you. See you in a moment.
Yes. Thank you very much.
We at NAPO are committed to poverty eradication. We equally believe that the battle against poverty requires the effort of everyone.
Good morning and welcome to Bridging the Gap, your very educative program from Lift Above Poverty Organization, LAPO. I'm Patience Naku Nwanna. And on Bridging the Gap this morning, we are going to be talking about childhood cancer. The World Health Organization reports that up to 400,000 children are diagnosed with cancer yearly, and 80% of them live in low and middle income earning countries. So on the program this morning, we are going to be discussing extensively on cancer in children. We're also going to be looking at the management and some of the warning signs that parents should know about and the treatment options for cancer in children. And I have with me this morning in the studio, I have Dr. Yetunde Israel Aino. Doctor, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
All right. Dr. Yetunde Israel Aino is a consultant pediatrician from the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, and she's going to be talking to us about cancer in children. But before we continue, we're going to take a brief message from LAPO. Welcome back. Doctor, let's start with the issue of cancer. What exactly is cancer?
Okay, cancers are a group of disorders that has to do with abnormal growth. So when an individual has an abnormal growth that's growing and possibly can metastasize, that means can live wherever the primary site is and go somewhere else in the body, then that individual has cancer. It's a group of abnormal cells. So it's like a group of cells in the body that do not obey the normal regulatory mechanism of the body to stop to grow. So they grow out of proportion, and then the patient develops what we call cancer.
What about childhood cancer?
Okay, childhood cancers are unique because it has to do with cancers in a particular age group. So for childhood cancers, we say children between 0 and 19 years. Cancers that develop in those children, abnormal growth that develop in those children, it's called childhood cancers. And they are unique, different from adult cancers.
How different?
Cancers in adults tend to develop more in mature cells, but in these children, it develops in immature cells. So we can see a baby born with cancer, even from the growing in utero, that's from the mother's womb, so to say. And one other thing that we know with childhood cancers is that they grow rapidly. Okay, adults can have cancers that can last for years, but children cancers tend to grow rapidly, so they tend to come up early with the symptoms that we see in them.
Can we look at the causes of cancer in children and also some of the symptoms?
Well, generally we say that the cause of cancer is not known. Okay, and if we look at it very well, for childhood cancers, about 1 out of 10 of them we have a genetic predisposition. In other words, they may have inherited abnormal genes, maybe from their parents or either of their parents, so to say. Especially the one common type is the cancer of the eye we see in these children that is called retinoblastoma. But there's a lot of interplay between genetic and the environment that the child is from. For example, some cancers that develop in the older children may be due to some viruses that the child has come in contact with in early age. Let's say, for example, hepatitis B infection. A child may develop this in the early years, and if that is not properly treated, that child can develop what we call liver cancer later on in life. So there's a lot of environment factors, genetic factors that can affect cancers. Even some chemicals, we've seen that some chemicals have been linked to the development of some cancers, like things like benzene has been linked to development of leukemia, which is a blood cancer. But when we say cause and effect, there's no direct link too much for environmental factors with childhood cancers. Unlike what we see in adults, that we say, okay, if you smoke, you are likely to develop lung cancer. That link is not so
common in children. You mentioned that some of the at times it's the causes, it might be from genetic factors. Okay, these genetic factors, does it also manifest in the parents?
Most of the time, no. The parent may not show this the sign of these cancers, but the patient can, or the child can inherit it, and then when it comes across situations in the environment that can now affect that gene further, okay, then the child may manifest it. For example, a child has inherited a gene, is quiet, but until it comes across something in the environment that can just stimulate that gene to start to manifest, then the child gets that.
What is the most common cancer in children in our own environment in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, okay. Documented in our environment are things like lymphomas. That's a type of blood cancer, okay, that causes swellings in the body. So lymphomas, then retinoblastoma. Retinoblastoma is an eye cancer in children, the typical eye cancer that we see in children. Then children tend to have kidney cancers too, what we call Wilms tumor. Okay, so one of the kidney can be involved and starts to grow abnormally. Okay, and there are many more. But in our environment, lymphomas top the list, then retinoblastoma, then this Wilms tumor, and many others.
Let's also talk about the warning signs. What are some of the warning signs that parents should know about?
Okay, warning signs depend on the type of cancer the child is developing. For example, if it's the eye cancer, the common one being the retinoblastoma, when a child is born and we start saying that the eyes are not looking straight, what some people will call half past one eye, okay, one eye is looking in one direction and the other in another, what is called squint medically. That's one sign that we see. Then if that is not attended to, we start seeing a whitish speck in the black part of the eye, okay. Sometimes at night when there's a flash of light, then that whitish speck is seen in the eye. Those are things that should make a parent come to the hospital immediately. If that is not attended to, then that eye will become big and have a fleshy mass and the child will lose the eye. Okay, if it's the kidney tumor, for example, you know the kidney is in the tummy, yes, in the abdomen. Okay, most of the time parents will notice it when they are bathing their babies. So a mother bathing your baby, you are touching the tummy and cleaning the child, you notice a swelling in the tummy, come to the hospital. I must say that it's not all swellings that are cancers, but until we check, can't say that this is not a cancer. It's better to come to the hospital when you notice an abnormal swelling or that whitish speck in the eye of the child. And for blood cancers, for example, a child is always hot on and off, needing blood every time. Don't just go to any hospital. The child has taken a blood transfusion now, and another 3-4 weeks is needing another one. That should raise an alarm. You come to a good hospital where they can check and be sure that this is not a blood cancer. So swellings, abnormal swellings that were not there before, abnormal signs in the eyes, and then blood transfusions, recurrent fevers. These are things that should make a parent wonder what is happening and come to the hospital.
What about things like loss of appetite and weakness and all that?
Yes, those are signs that are not specific. Okay. For example, those with blood cancers may have that, and that may precede the fever that we talked about.
Yes.
And someone says, "Oh, this is malaria, let us treat." Then the child needs to be transfused the first time. That may not be wrong. But by the time you are needing another transfusion, the child is sickly, then you should come to the hospital.
Okay, let's look at the survival. Do children have better survival rates than adults?
Yes, that's the good news. One of the major differences between children cancers and adult cancers. Survival depends on where the child is. Okay, you mentioned something earlier that over 80% of children live in our environment here.
Yeah.
And we know that these children in our environment, things are not the same like in the high income countries.
Yes.
So survival is better in the high income countries. In fact, it is said that 8 out of 10 children with cancers in high income countries will survive. Okay, while only 3 out of 10 children in our environment may survive. But that figure can change if they present early, come to hospital early, okay, and apart from that, they come to the right hospital early, not just any place where they just get treatment and go. Okay, so survival in childhood cancers are better than adult cancers.
Okay.
They even tend to tolerate their treatment better than adults. Okay, so some of the complications that we see with treatment of cancers in adults, children tolerate it better than adults. So survival is much better.
Let's take a break here to bring you the phases of LAPO, and when we come back, we'll be looking at treatment options for cancer in children. Please stay with us.
My name is Mrs. Kenji Okoya. So I live at number 22, Liberty Academy, Rita Challenge, Ibadan. So I want to say 2 things about many things about LAPO, because I'm a benefit LAPO very well. Before I joined LAPO, my business is good, but now it's better than that time. Over 12 years ago now, I joined LAPO. So after that, everything, if I want to do anything, my business, anything I want, when I want to buy my land, because I have land, when I want to buy land, I collect money from LAPO. I join everything together. I have land, I have everything. So I benefit LAPO very well. LAPO give my son a scholarship. Then, about my shop, it's LAPO. If I want to do something, I will go to my CEO. I will go and meet my CEO that I want to collect money. So they will give me any amount. So they will give me. So I will use it, then I will return the money. Then I want to buy my car. I have small money. I went to my LAPO side. I've told my CEO. So I've collected money. And I joined that money together to buy car, everything about my house gone. So LAPO helped me so much. So I like LAPO. I benefit everything. So I like LAPO. I advise many women that LAPO is good. If you want to collect LAPO, don't collect LAPO that you want to do party. I mean, you want to buy clothes, you want to buy Mr. Biggs, everything. If you want to collect lapo, if you collect lapo, buy market, sell it, don't sell credit. After that, you will gain the money back. So you will be like me now. I thank lapo very much because before you will see a woman, every lady in the street, in the mechanic shop because of their need some money. But now, lapo blend every woman to know how to do business.
Welcome back from Faces of Lapo. Doctor, let's look at the issue of prevention now. How do we prevent childhood cancers? Is there even a prevention for it?
Well, prevention is difficult to say because you know that we said the causes are really not known. And for genetic cancers that have a genetic undertone, it's difficult to say this is what you do to prevent the transfer of a gene from a mother or from a parent, a father, to the child. Okay, but we know that the best part of prevention, so that children with cancers can survive, is to diagnose this cancer early. Start the appropriate treatment early, so that there can be survival. So when we look at prevention, it's not like what do I do so that it will not develop. In most of childhood cancers, it is how to catch it early and to start treatment so that these children can have a cure and survive. Okay, for some cancers that may develop in the older children, remember I told you that childhood cancer is from birth to 19 years. Some children develop these liver cancers late 13, 14, late adolescents or mid-adolescents. So for them, if there is a vaccine, for example, things like cervical cancer prevention, you can start giving the vaccines from 9 years of age. Okay, if a child has hepatitis B, for example, it should be properly treated so that that child will not develop chronic hepatitis and develop that. But for childhood cancers, the focus of prevention is let's catch it early, treat it so that the child.
And what are some of the treatment options for children?
Okay, treatment modalities include the use of drugs like chemotherapy, okay, and what people call chemo. Okay, so drugs in various forms. The general chemotherapy drugs are there, and special ones depending on the cancer can be used. There are some cancers that need what they call radiotherapy, which is the use of radiation to kill these cancer cells. And for those who have a swelling, like a mass, we may also go in and remove it. So surgery is part of treatment too. And there are a lot of other treatment modalities. Cancer is a very painful disease, so we have to handle pain. A lot goes into cancer. You know, when there's a diagnosis of cancer, in fact, the family first we almost break first psychologically. So psychotherapy and all those other. But for real treatment of cancers, main baseline chemotherapy, then radiotherapy, and even surgery comes.
I want us to also look at the cost of treatment now. For, you know, like we said earlier, that some of these children, they live in low income any countries like our country. What are the treatments? How do they go about the treatments? How expensive is the treatment of cancer in children?
Cancer treatment is quite expensive. Okay, that's just the truth. Whether in this country or any other country, because the drugs are not generally the readily available drugs. In the high-income countries, one of the things that goes for them is the availability of support groups and insurance, health insurance. Okay, so a child comes in, gets his treatment, the insurance pays, and just a few other things that are not available. But unfortunately for us in this environment, we pay out of pocket, and that makes it very expensive. And a lot of families have gone bankrupt. Okay, I know that the federal government is trying to do some things now in making access to cancer drugs readily available, but that is it's been started, but it needs to be scaled up. But that has helped a lot for some patients, at least for those drugs that are on that program.
Lastly, let's talk about the support for children. What should parents do? What should people do? People around this child, be friends and the neighbors, family, friends, parents. What should they do to support or to provide support for children with cancer?
A child with cancer needs love. That's, I think, the first and important thing. No matter how distressed the parents are, or the caregivers, or the relatives are, a child with cancer needs love. As much as possible, some children may not know what they are going through. They just know they are in pain. They can't understand the condition. But the older ones may understand, and we may need to let them know what it is. But in all, the family should provide support. Support in love, in care. Because a lot of times we see that parents, because of financial difficulty, abandon some of these children. They will say, I need to take care of the other children, you know. And not because they just want to abandon these children, but because of financial difficulty. So we realize that if we can provide care, love, and all the support that this child needs financially to be able to overcome, they do better. Nutrition and all those kind of things. These are things that these children need so that they can pull through their treatment and survive.
So do you have any last words for our audience out there?
Yes, I do. And this is coming from someone who treats children with cancer. We can survive this disease if they come early. These children can survive if they present early. And that's what I want to encourage every parent. If you notice anything abnormal in your child, a growth, like we said earlier, an abnormal sign in the eye of this child, or a child is sickly needing repeated transfusions, then please come so that you can get tested and be sure that this is not a cancer. The narrative in our environment, we are classified as low middle income countries, can change if only we present early, we make the diagnosis early, and then treatment can be cheaper. Because I always say that if you have to kill an ant and an elephant, you need more to kill an elephant. Okay, so the same way, if you present early, the treatment cost will be cheaper to bear.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Yetunde, for coming on the program. It's really been a pleasure having you today.
Thank you.
We've been talking about childhood cancer, that's cancer in children. And before we call it a day, I'm going to be reading out some information we have from American Cancer Society on knowing when a child needs extra help adjusting to a diagnosis on cancer. Over time, with support, most children with cancer are able to cope, but there are times when it might get to be too much. If a child seems to be having a lot of trouble, even after the first few weeks of treatment, they might benefit from some extra help adjusting. Extra help is needed if a child is unable to handle the feelings of sadness, feels sad all the time, can't be comforted, admits to thinking of suicide or hurting himself or others, feels extra irritable, becomes very angry very quickly, refuses to take important medicines at home or in the hospital, refuses treatments, refuses to come to the clinic or the hospital, withdraws or goes into isolation, cries a lot, and has trouble sleeping. These are signs that should be discussed with the child's doctor right away. You can talk with a psychologist or social worker at the cancer center who can evaluate the child and make sure that they get the kind of help they need. That's where we draw the curtain on the program for today. And if you wish to talk to Dr. Yetunde Aina Israel, she's very, very available for you to talk to. You can just call any of the numbers on the screen, or you can visit any of our offices or walk into our corporate head office at number 18 Downsing Road, Benin City. Till we come in again. Have a lovely weekend.
Voting in an election is your civic responsibility. Vote your choice. Vote your conscience. Do not sell your vote.
etí yín mélòó gbogbo ọ̀dọ́ ìdìbò tó wọlé dé o ẹ má jáwọn olóṣèlú fi yín dá lúrú ẹ má ṣe jàǹdùkú fáwọn olóṣèlú àwọn tí ń fi ọ̀dọ́ dà lúrú ọmọ wọn dà láàrin yín ẹ rántí pé ọmọ ọlọ́mọ là ránṣẹ́ dé tòrutòru ẹ má jẹ́wọ́n bọ̀ láyín jẹ́ fún yín.
ètò ìdìbò tó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà yìí kì í ṣe kàkàkẹ́kù má jẹ sèse ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́ ká fi sùúrù yàn sípò.
Hello my people, as we don dey ready for dis election, abeg na beg we dey beg una.
No amount wey dem give una go fit solve any palava and anything you collect no go fit make things better.
Na only thing wey go make things better na to vote wisely. No sell your future, no sell your right. Dis message na from Osbc.
Kí Nàìjíríà kó lè tẹ̀síwájú ogun ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí ti tó ká gbàgbé ìjà ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà Haúsá Ìgbò pẹ̀lú Yorùbá ṣé aṣáájọjì ìjà òmìnira òmìnira bí a tó mára wọn jà ìdúró ogun èṣù gbé kájọ gbé. Ọmọ ìyá kan náà ṣàlàjẹ́ ìjà ló dé torí òwe nípa ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú wa èyí ló kó bá gbogbo wa wà tó kó bá ọrọ̀ ajé wa.
Torí kò má lè jẹ́ kí ìjà máa wà bàbá ti tó kápẹ́rù àdúrà.
Torí àwọn ọmọ mi tí mọ̀ lẹ́yìn tí mo fẹ́ sọ pé àgbẹ̀lẹ̀ ayé ṣe gbé kájọ gbé bóyá kájọ gbé bóyá kájọ gbé Nàìjíríà yìí ti gbogbo wa ní ó máa gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́ nítorí kò sí gómìnà tí a lè lọ àjò lè dàbí ilé ẹ jẹ́ ká fọwọ́pọ̀ ká fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan kémi gbé. well, because as the way check out few days out, so make I tell you, whether you be Yoruba, Hausa or Igbo, all like the same 10 and 10 pence. I mean, make we go join hands together, make we country better. No say I not tell you. What's up?
Samarin Nigeria, Mutaga Nigeria, Yamata Nigeria, Mutaga Nigeria, Uhata Hanumu, Mutaga Nigeria, Nigeria, Namune, Nigeria, Namune.
Come with me this time, come, make we live Nigeria. Please make a leave. This Nigeria now we home. Make it no Africa. No place where we like our home. Home, sweet home. Make we join and think alive. Please make a leave. America plus Germany, France plus Britain.
Yeah, Chevy we know, and they suffer before. Sincerity plus hard work, now it make them okay the best today.
Everybody want to become citizens, brothers and sisters, make we no give up. If today bitter, tomorrow will be better. If today bitter, tomorrow will be better. Not to do at the top, not to do at the top. Make me live down. Make me live Nigeria. Please make a leave. It's Nigeria, now we home. Make it no